Sheirgill is back, this time as a cop who's in a race against time in Colobomb. And joining me today is Jimmy himself. Hello and welcome, Jimmy.
Hi Shilpa, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Fantastic to connect with you. Now, to start off, what was it about Colobomb that convinced you that you could do something new with a familiar genre?
I think it's the story. I think what looks familiar to you in the trailer, the beauty about the story is that it is definitely going to be very not familiar, not so familiar for you when you watch the film because uh, even when I was given the script earlier, when I started off the first page, I was like, oh, hostage situation, terrorism. But the second, third page onwards, I was glued because I said, oh my God, this is something else. It's going somewhere else. And that is, according to me, going to be the most fun part of this story of this film.
Yeah, you think the twists and the turns in this whodunit set it apart?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I also know that while you solve the mystery, some mysteries about your past also come to light. So do you think that adds like an added dimension to the entire story?
Absolutely. So what happens, I'll tell you what happens in normally in these kind of situations is that there is a situation like this, which could be a hostage situation or a heist happening or something. And somewhere in the middle, you go back into a flashback of a small little thing and you come back to the main story. Here you start off with something like this, go into that other story, which slowly becomes your main story while being connected to this story and which gives you a super climax in the end. So I think that is where the story is a little different from the usual. And I
From
think that was one of the main things which excited me after reading the script, and I said yes to it because as an audience when I was reading it, as an actor when I was reading it, I think my reaction was the same as I'm expecting the audience's reaction to be. It's like, oh, I thought it's going to be like this, but actually it's something completely different, and I'm glued to it. So I think that's what I think should happen. Yeah.
we're all binging on thrillers in lockdown, so it's the perfect season for thrillers, I feel. You played a police officer before, Jimmy. In preparing for Collar, was there anything that helped you better understand that mindset?
I think it was the team. I think they'd done so much of hard work on the entire script, on all the characters, and their looks and stuff like that. That it became easier for actors um, who were a part of it. And at the same time, my idea always is to try and be different from something that I've done before. And whether it's the look, whether it's uh, the mannerisms of the character or whatever. I mean, I try to not make it look the same. And from my end, that was the only effort. But yes, the entire credit of this entire look of this entire character and everything does go to the director, the DOP, and these and the writer, and at the same time, all the young gang of producers from Jubilee. I think they had all done their homework really well during the pandemic, and by the time by the time things opened up and we were ready to shoot, I think they were pretty much there.
Speaking of looks, Jimmy, you are looking at your slimmest yet. Is it for Collar?
It is for Collarbone. It was, I mean, what you see in the trailer was for Collarbone. And what you see now is obviously for something else that I'm working on right now. And yeah, I mean, the lockdown gave all of us a lot of time to think things over, and a lot of time to ourselves to kind of give towards our health and stuff like that. So I think yeah.
You're making the rest of us feel bad who just ate more in lockdown. Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you for that. You also share the screen with some great actors, Asha Negi, Rajshri Deshpande, Sparsh Srivastav. Do you have a lot of interaction with them, or is your storyline separate?
Well, there is interaction as well as stories going on. So, and all of them have been very much there. I mean, they were all like as if they have just been for those 2.5 months. They were in their characters, and it used to always bring a smile on my face by seeing them so enthusiastic, so excited for the shoot and everything like that. Whether it's Asha Negi, whether it's Sparsh, Rajshri, they were all there to a different level in terms of the characters that they were playing, and it was a pleasure watching them perform.
Did that also kind of infuse some enthusiasm in you? You know, did it rub off on you, their excitement and passion?
It does. It does. I mean, that enthusiasm and the passion starts with the director most of the times, and this one was bang on over there, and his entire team and the DOP and everybody. They were all very much there in terms of every single shot, and that shows on screen. Then it shows on screen.
Yes, director Dhyanesh Zoting is the one who's helped this project. Jimmy, when did you shoot this film?
We shot this film when things opened up after the first lockdown. And to be precise, I think the mid of October onwards, till about the end of December, is when we shot it. Mostly shot in Himachal Pradesh because the story is based over there, except for the school portion, which we had to shoot in Nainital because the location that was finalized, which suited the story, was in Nainital.
Well, it looks beautiful on screen, and I wanted to ask you where it was shot. Himachal Pradesh and Nainital, all right, I'll make a note of that. You know, Jimmy, you play a police officer. I have a quick riddle for you before I let you go. And so you have to listen a little carefully. It's the border mystery. Every day a man used to cross the border on a bicycle with 2 bags of sand. The border officers got a tip that he's a smuggler, and the customs officers checked him, and they found that the bags only had sand. As they could not find any evidence, they allowed him to cross the border. So what was the man smuggling?
Must be smuggling the bicycle.
Okay, yes. All right. Look at that, a sharp police officer, guys. You've really gotten into your role. I can tell. Good interrogation on your part. Thank you, Jimmy. That was fun catching up with you. And I look forward
Thank you.
to your film. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. Pleasure talking to you.